Kubor ka Batesi TV. Lawan Rashapi da ka Orange Nissan Looms Hopo near Fire Brigade Shillong. Ringkat bat ka net foodish. Ordar mapi. Minwan Ramangi Hakerdog Ying Jongpi.
Ka Sorkar Jylliew menta kesengi ke Tarik bena Jylliew arjar arpuai. Kala shim ye ka rai ban Pynjlan biang ye ka jingkang dam habarok kawai ke Jylliew Meghalaya. Haduh ka por san baje minstep jong ka khat Tarik bena Jylliew arjar arpuai. Kenang ban yada ye ka jingim jong ki pai ba na ka jing bit ya ka klam jingpang COVID-19. Ya kani la pentip da menteri rangba jong ke Sorkar Jylliew konrad konggal sangma habaya keren bat kilat pathai khubor hadin balawai ke jingyalang jong ke kinhon menteri kabala shong ya theriatai sani bha hadin bala shem baka jingdon jong ki breu ki bala bit ya kani ke jingpang kala nang kham hier suki pasuki.
We had 584 new cases that have come up. Out of these 584 new cases, 240 are from East Khasi Hills and 111 cases are from West Jylliew Hills. And East Jylliew Hills and Riboy both have 43 and 42 cases. And rest of the districts are slightly lower, except West Karo Hills also has 55 new cases. I won't go into breakup of all the districts, but that's the top 5 districts for you. The recovery, on the other hand, has been better. We have 808 cases that have recovered, out of which East Khasi Hills, we have seen 433 people recover. Southwest Karo Hills, we have seen 88 people recover. West Karo Hills, we have seen 85 people recover. And Riboy, we have seen 69 people recover. Apart from that, other districts also have recovered, but the numbers are slightly lesser. We have lost 18 precious lives in the last 24 hours. Out of them, 9 have been from East Khasi Hills, 4 from West Jylliew Hills, 2 from West Karo Hills, 1 from Riboy, 1 from Southwest Karo Hills, and 1 from West Khasi Hills. Apart from that, the active ratio as of now in the state stands at 16.19%, and the recovery ratio stands at 82.1%, and the fertility ratio is at 1.7%. Another very important information which I would like to provide is that out of the 6,110 active cases in the state, 2,119 are between the age of 15 and 29, and 1,781 are between the age of 30 and 44, which means approximately 4,000 cases, that is 80% of the cases, almost 70-75% of the cases are between the age of 15 and 45. Our positivity ratio has also seen a marginal decline in the past few weeks, as we've seen number of cases go down, testing remaining the same or going up in certain cases. The positivity ratio is down from 16.64% to 12% as of now. I will not go into detailed breakup of all the other numbers. There are too many numbers here. But that will just give a gist of the numbers that we have. But I would also like to mention that there are approximately 628 people who are in hospitals as we speak. Out of these 628 people, 102 are in D category, which is the highest category, which means they are in the ICU or under high oxygen flow. Then we have the C category, which is slightly lesser complications. We have 227 people. And A and B are mild symptoms or asymptomatic. We have 115 in A category and 184 in B category. So total of 628 people as we speak are in different hospitals in different conditions. In the meeting today, we took a review of not just the overall situation that's there in terms of COVID cases, but also in terms of the different infrastructures that are coming up, especially the oxygen plants that are coming up in different districts and different district hospitals. The ACS in charge of these projects and implementation, who's overlooking the implementation, gave us a detailed presentation. We are very satisfied with the way the work is going forward, and I don't have a detailed presentation in front of me, but in the next few days we will see 3-4 plants completed, and we're hopeful that within the next 2 weeks to maximum 3 weeks, not just the plants but even the cryogenic plants that are supposed to come up in Umsauli and in Jylliew should also be up. Work is going on 24/7, and all the concerned contractors and officials are leaving no stone unturned to ensure that these plants come up ASAP. Many are already functional, as you know, but our target is to make all the districts functional and have their oxygen plants, as has also been planned by Government of India. Vaccination drive also is going on. Of course, as you know, we have shortage of oxygen, we have shortage of vaccine, as it is in the rest of the country also. But we are expecting another 66,000 doses for the 18 to 45 age category in the next 5 to 6 days' time. We have already made the payments for those. So those will also be rolled out in a systematic manner. Similarly, we have close to 71,000 doses for the 45 plus category. And both the vaccination programs are going on, though because of the shortage of the vaccination, we are not able to provide all the vaccines to everybody as per the requirement and desire of the people. Apart from that, the cabinet colleagues and the officials and some of the deputy commissioners, we were together to review the situation that we have seen in the last few weeks and months. After reviewing the entire situation, we have seen that the number of cases, especially in high zones like East Khasi Hills, have come down by a significant number. We have also seen the positivity rate decline. But as I was mentioning earlier, yesterday, that though the numbers are coming down, the positivity rate still remains at a double digit, which is a matter of concern. So though we are seeing a trend that is showing some kind of a relief and indicating to some kind of an improvement in the overall situation, we are nowhere close to letting our guards down or taking things easy. So therefore, though it has been very difficult for the people of the state, especially for Shillong and East Khasi Hills, the cabinet and the government has decided that we'll continue the lockdown for at least 1 week more. I know that a lot of people will face difficulties and challenges, but the health aspect is far more important to each and every one of us. As I speak, as I said, 104 people are fighting for their lives in different hospitals. And today itself, we have lost so many precious lives. So therefore, though it's a very tough decision, I urge and appeal to the people to please cooperate and work together with the government so that we are once and for all able to bring things under complete control. Things are improving. I'm positive that in the coming week, after this next 1 week is over, we should be able to see things ease down a bit more. Early to say, but looks like if we can control things in the next 1 week, if we all work together, if we're all committed, and we all simply bear this next 1 week, I'm sure that in the coming week after that, we should be able to see things improving drastically. But in the meantime, in the next 1 week, we have allowed, or we are allowing the Deputy Commissioners to open up economic activities on a need basis. So therefore, if the Deputy Commissioners feel that certain sectors can be opened or need to be opened up, certain activities can and need to be opened up, which will not give a huge risk in terms of gathering, we are allowing the Deputy Commissioners the liberty to allow those need-based activities to be opened up even in the coming week, apart from the other activities which we have already opened up in this current week. Number two, we have also allowed the subdivision and the block officials, that is the BDOs and the SDOs, also to recommend to the Deputy Commissioner to allow rural activities, rural economic activities, depending on the prevalence. We realize that though the numbers are high, there are many areas which don't have very high numbers. There are areas which can have certain economic activities, but no gatherings, but can have economic activities which may be very important for the livelihood of the people, but may not have the kind of effect on the spread of the virus. So those activities also, especially in the rural areas where the livelihoods have been hit very hard, we have given the permission to the Deputy Commissioner to take recommendations from the SDOs and BDOs, and on the prevalence basis of the virus, the DCs can allow other economic activities also in the rural areas. This time the order is not just for East Khasi Hills. We have decided that this order will be in general for the entire state. We have seen that the spread of the virus is now shifting towards the rural districts. We have seen a large number of cases now coming up, especially in West Jylliew Hills, East Jylliew Hills, West Karo Hills, and some parts of Southwest Karo Hills also. So therefore, keeping this in mind, this may be the appropriate time to take actions to restrict the spread of the virus. But as we are allowing the DC to handle the situation from a ground level here in the East Khasi Hills, similar flexibility will be given to all the Deputy Commissioners to take their decision in terms of the economic activities in the different districts based on the prevalence rates in those areas also. We also got a special request from certain church leaders that if they could be allowed to ring the bells in the church. So therefore, government has decided that such activities for all faiths, not just for the churches, but for all faiths, which do not involve people's gathering, does not involve a large crowd, these activities will be allowed. So those were the main decisions that we had to take. But I do appeal once again to the people that it has been a very tough time. We are almost there, and if we can hold on for another week, I'm sure that we will see things improve much further. We are seeing that the numbers are down, but just because the curve is coming down doesn't mean we're out of danger yet. So coming down is a very good thing, but we need to see that we are below a certain level, below the danger mark, and only then can we allow the unlocking process to start. So we will be watching this week, and we are very hopeful that if we are able to contain things and bring the numbers down further, then we may see in the next week after that, we may see some process or some sign of unlocking starting after that. But it all depends on the numbers. Therefore, I urge all our citizens to please bear, please cooperate, please follow the protocols. This is the best way to keep our people, our friends, our family, our loved ones safe and ensure that we are able to come back to normalcy very soon. Thank you very much. But as I said, we have allowed the flexibility to the different districts to allow the economic activities as they feel appropriate, depending on the prevalence of the virus out there. So it's going to be a model where we continue the lockdown, but we will be allowing the deputy commissioners flexibility depending on, as I said, prevalence, because there are a large number of areas where the cases are not there at all. So it would be unfair to have the same yardstick applied throughout the state, and therefore the SDOs, BDOs and the deputy commissioners will be in a better position to decide which activities and areas can be allowed in their district or in their blocks or in the subdivisions.